I think after this game, I want to go back and do Final Fantasy IX again. It's it's one of the few Final Fantasy games I've actually beaten that I enjoy beating. There's Final Fantasy IV, Final Fantasy V, Final Fantasy VI. I beat 7 one time, and that was because I had to. I never beat 8. I never beat 10, and I never beat 12. I would like to beat 12 someday, but I beat 9. Nine's one of my favorite games. I think I really like the games where the classes are already assigned to you, or you get to choose the classes. I'm not a fan of the games where the classes are kind of either not there at all, like Final Fantasy VI, or where you're just kind of everybody's equal. I prefer to have like each of the characters have their own specific role. I love 12. I played 12. The only reason I never beat 12 is because my PlayStation 2 broke way back when I was first playing it, and I just never got a second chance to play it. But I got all the way up to that fight against Judge something or other right after. I don't remember any of it now, but it was a fight against a judge, and I had just got a summon. Anyway, he wrecked me, but then at some point my PS2 stopped reading my CDs, so and then I never got. That's why I'm so excited for the new one to come out. Even if it doesn't come out on PC, I'm going to get it on PlayStation 4 because I always wanted to play it. I like 10 in that it's got a good story and it's got great characters, but I'm always going to hold against 10 that it is the one that got rid of the world map. Um, to me, that's just, and it's what's eventually set the stage for games like 13 to be narrow pathway driven games where there's almost no exploration needed. No, I didn't need that explanation. No, I didn't need that explanation. Whatever. So let's just sit here and talk, because this is going to take a minute. Auron is probably my favorite character in the series, and I never played 10-2. 10-2 was just. Nah. It was not one of my favorite things. Yep. And if you guys can hear my nephew in the background, I do apologize. I'm getting some soundproofing curtains for my job, but until then, I just have to deal with the background stuff. He's angry. He did not have a good nap today. Oops, just smacked the microphone. Sorry about that. Yeah, I know all this. Thank you. Goodbye, Bucko. Alright, let's get our jobs put away. I'm gonna go night. Black Mage. White Mage. And thief. The only reason I make her a thief, you have to steal throughout the game. I did like the job system in 10-2, but I'd never played it myself, so I can't really give an opinion on it. I've watched other people play it. But I need Mug for Ferris. That's because at, regardless of what I make her, I'm going to need, or should I say him? Maybe I don't assume her gender and just call her a him while she pretends to be a him until the game changes that. But no, I don't know. Most of the Final Fantasy games, there's something wrong with. Seven, there's a lot wrong with, but because that was the first Final Fantasy for a lot of people, it's almost above reproach to them, so I don't bring up just how bad it was, but it was still a great game. So, I mean, I won't say that any of these games were specifically bad games. Just a lot of them had bad problems, and a lot of them did things that set up bad games for the series. The only really bad games that I've played in the Final Fantasy mainline series is 13. I really just did not like 13. I missed a rod back there, and a staff, whatever. I could have got a rod from one of the mages in the tower, and I missed a chest with the staff in it. Am I going to use Bard? Probably not, but I'm going to get all the songs anyway. So if you guys have never played this game, if you get all 8 pianos, I believe you get a song for it. And then there's some other like things that you can do to get different things. There's a Bard song that you can get from Butts's house. If you go back to his house after or I don't know, can you get, if you can get it in World 3. I always get it in World 1 just because it's super easy to get. But there's also some other songs, and then there's some really cool stuff at the end of the game that you can get. I'm probably going to go for the Brave Blade. I know the Chicken Knife can do more damage, but because I am not going to be doing any level grinding, I'm going to fight every battle in the game, so I'm probably going to stick with the Brave Blade. Yeah, when you get control of... Wait, you can get it with the dragon? I don't think you can get it with the dragon, because with the dragon you can't go over mountains. It's when you get control of the black chocobo. Yeah, when you get control of the black chocobo who can land in forests. I think I'm going to break up each of these games into like 30-minute chunks. Not each of these games, each of these things, and then upload them separately to YouTube. Just because I feel like that'll be easier on me. And easier on other people who want to watch it but don't want to tie up an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of a streamed game. Alright, now this coming up is the hardest battle in the 4-job fiesta that I did. It's not the hardest battle, it was the longest battle. In the 4-job fiesta, the way I play, I don't know how other people play, they might just keep freelancer the whole game, but I play where once you get your jobs, all your characters have to be either their job specifically or one of the jobs that the crystals give them. So when I got White Mage, I had to play 4 White Mages, and this, whatever this lobster guy's name is, I didn't get any of the magic out of here. I completely forgot that. Let's grab that. But he is difficult. Plus he likes to drop all your guys' health down to single digit, which when you've got a party of White Mages isn't an issue, but it can be... Oops. I didn't want Libra. Let's go get... But yeah, it was a long fight. The fight against Siren was actually a good deal easier, because when she turns into a zombie, you can just use white magic directly on her and it'll damage her. But that crab, man, he was a tough fight. or a long fight, which to me is about the same. It's that small attention span. Alright, let's make sure these guys are all equipped right. And now I can sell whatever's left and get my cure. Alright, let's get cure and get on out of here. I don't know if poison is helpful this early in the game, but it is definitely helpful. Maybe I should give the chemist a shot. I've never played as the... I think you can stay as freelancer too, which would have made the fight a lot easier. But I played natural, which in my mind just means everybody has to be a class once you get the classes. So it didn't make it so much more difficult that I wasn't willing to do it. It just made that fight and all of the random battles up until you get the flail kind of difficult, because you have to keep your mages in the front row if they have staves just to get them to do any damage. So once you can get at least one character that can do regular damage from the back row, you can move them all to the back row and beat the battles pretty quickly. But it was just it was a long thing. And then I had never even realized it before, but there are almost no white mage weapons until like the third world, I think. I think that's when I got my third white mage weapon. So it goes staff, flail, and then Morning Star, which is maybe in the second world. It's a long ways away. So now we are going to the canal. I should probably save first. I always forget to save. I still have my old, or my file for after I beat X-Death, and then I went back and leveled everybody up so I could beat the... I'm going to go back on that file and see if I can beat all of the... do the boss run, because that'll be cool. And do it with just the classes from the 4-job Fiesta. Right, and the first serious set of enemies. All the enemies up until this point, all the random enemies, they're kind of cake. I mean, they're not very difficult. It's once you hit this canal that you get ones that can start killing you if you're not careful. I should probably set her to steal and just steal non-stop. I'm definitely going to need to sell those items to make the full cash. I keep doing that. I keep double-clicking on that instead of... Oh, I didn't set up their rows either. I should do that. See, right there. Lena's already dead because I wasn't paying attention. And I only have one Phoenix down. I'm glad I saved it. I may have to restart already. Alright. Is that curing everybody? I can't see the little things. Okay, we're good. So let's get this battle taken care of. This battle is the first difficult boss battle that you come across. It's the first truly difficult battle you come across, but that Garuda fight is almost nothing compared to this fight. That one you can win with, well, you only get regular attacks, so this one is difficult. He uses some attacks that he uses Feeler, which is a physical attack, and then he will use that attack, which will drop you down to single-digit life, and he can very quickly take you apart if you're not on your cures. Got a potion from him. He's of course weak to thunder as a water type. I mean, if you guys play Pokemon, you know that. And basically, if you just keep blasting him with thunder, you'll take him out pretty quickly. But he can, like right now, my white mage is under paralyzed, so he can't even go to heal them. So I'm playing very... Oh, there we go. I was playing very unsafe when I should have just stopped and used potions, but I didn't buy any potions. Yeah, that sounds good. I think I want to run Knight Blue Mage on um, Bart's. So I think I might use Ferris as my like pure physical damage dealer. So I'll make her a ninja and something else. And so when I switch to mime, if I make her a chemist, I can have her mix and then use dual wield. I'll probably make her a dual wielding samurai, just so that I can get what's the name of that sword, Masamune. I can make use of that. Plus, Guild Toss is not a horrible skill. But if I'm going to do a chemist, I do need to grind out dark matters, which is not fun. And it's kind of against my rules, but I'll do it anyway. I'll probably get 20 dark matters before the end of. Am I supposed to be down here? No. I don't know why I am. So this is one of the very first secrets in the game, and it's a very good secret. If you go down here and click, you'll hop across down here, you'll get a chest. This is the flail. The flail is an amazing weapon for your white mage. It allows them to attack for full damage from the back row. So we'll equip that, and I'll set up the rows now. I should have done it earlier. The rows, I'll go ahead and explain them real quick. Again, for the people in the chat room who already know this, I'm also putting this on YouTube. So the rows, anybody in the back row takes 50% less damage, but they also do 50% less damage unless they're using a ranged attack. So characters like mages are fine in the back row. They have less hit points, but they do have ranged attacks. The problem with the white mage being in the back row is the white mage doesn't have any magic attacks yet, and I don't think he gets any at all until he gets holy at the end of the game. So it's best for him to have some kind of ranged weapon, and luckily the game hooks you up real early with a flail. The flail, again, is a ranged weapon that will do full damage from the back row. It's also, if you're ever doing a solo white mage run, it is the only reason that you can pull it off, because you would die many times. Another trick that I will show you guys later, characters who can use rods, I believe, I think it's just characters that can use. Anyway, if you can use a rod, you can break a rod, and if you break an elemental rod, it will do that spell damage to the character. I think it does the second level spell. I'm not sure. I haven't broken a rod in ages, so I don't remember. But it will do spell damage, and there's also some rods in the game that if you break, they will do other things. There is the Wonder Rod at the very end of the game that if you break, it will cast Shell on your characters, which is extremely useful for like the X-Death fight, where Almagast can one-shot any of your characters that are under a certain amount of HP. And if you don't naturally have shell, if you're doing a special run, then you might actually need that shell just to be able to even survive the fight. So in here there is an item right here, or it's Gel, and then I believe there's another little secret further on that has some other items. Yeah, it's a bunch of chests. If it sounds like I've played this game a lot, I have. This was... I used to go back and forth between playing this and Final Fantasy VI, which was, for a long time, my favorite game of all time. And I could pretty much beat both of them without too much trouble at all. So, like, when Pat brought up the 4-Job Fiesta, the reason it struck with me and I decided to do it is just because I've played this game so many times that I kind of needed that challenge. Okay, that's the way to go. So I need to go back here and get this chest. And I can't wait until I get Mug. Mug will just give me a whole bunch of money and I won't have to even focus on it. I can... What am I doing? Okay. Let's get some heals on these guys. Did you know that Go-Go might be... Um, what's his face's... I can't even remember his name. What is the pilot? What is his name? Anyway, there's a theory out there that Go-Go might be his wife. Because if you watch the flashback where they're racing each other, she crashes on the island where you find Go-Go the Mine.